Alright, so this is the extra credit assignment for Dr. Fagan's Biodiversity Form and Function class. Now, we did our project on the blue dragon, aka Glaucus atlanticus. This little guy is part of the phylum Mollusca, so that includes your bivalves, your cephalopods, as well as your gastropods, which is what he is. Their genre is Glaucilia and Glaucus. Of the class Gastropoda. And family Glaucidiae. Its form of locomotion is that it floats upside down through the use of an air bubble, which is in its abdomen, in its gastrovascular cavity, that allows it to float upside down. Is this a real-life Pokemon, you ask? I don't know. I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh fan growing up, so maybe. As before mentioned, it is part of the class Gastropod, or part of the gastropods, which means it's a water slug, not a land slug. It is marine. It is actually found on the southern coast of Africa, in the European waters, the east coast of Australia, and Mozambique. It has protostome development, as all other gastropods, and it is a coelomate, which means it has a coelom, as well as 3 tissue layers, the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. It has an open circulatory system, which means that blood just kind of pools, as well as a complete digestive tract. Now, what makes this little guy unique is that inside the skin are hard discs that act like a barrier and release mucus that forms a protective layer against stings. So it's immune to of other animals. And fun fact, after eating their prey, they take its poison and store it in their own fingers, which are those little things coming off of their tails, which are also called jazz hands. So that's pretty jazzy. It is named after the Greek god Glaucus, the water god. And how do they eat, you ask? Well, they are very poisonous creatures, and they use a very powerful sting to paralyze other pelagic creatures, which I believe means creatures that float on top of the water. And they feed specifically on the Portuguese man of war, also known as the blue bottle. Like my little bottle drawing there. Or, each other. It's kind of interesting. So, that mucus layer that I mentioned before, or that mucus that forms as a protective layer against stings, makes them immune to the Portuguese man of war, which is a very highly poisonous animal. And after eating it, they take the poison from the Portuguese man of war, mix it with their own poison, which makes them become even more poisonous. So they're the better creature, I don't know. Moving on to their excretory system, they have nephridia, which is produced either by uric acid or ammonia as a waste product. The nephridium also helps maintain water balance. their respiration. They breathe through a single gill, like other slugs. And this is supplied with a constant oxygen flow by a current of water in the mantle cavity. And this current is U-shaped, so it also flushes waste products away from the anus, which is located at its head. So that's a very hygienic way of using respiration. Some more facts. They get to be about 1.5 inches long, and its colors keep it camouflaged from predators. So what you're seeing in this lovely drawing is its back side. So this is or its abdomen side, which is what you would see floating up on the water surface, or if you saw it washed ashore. This helps it this makes it blend in with the water surface so that birds and stuff don't tend to prey on it as much because they don't see it as it blends in with the water. And their backside, which is what would be seen by fish and anything swimming in the water, is colored gray and black, so it blends in with everything else that is seen on the underside surface of the water, which keeps it from being preyed on by fish and stuff. I mean, they would probably die because it stings and is poisonous, but perks. Sex stuff. It's sexual. Haha. They produce egg strings after mating has occurred, and both each creature both has male and female reproductive parts, such as in land gastropods or water slugs. So when they mate, they actually both produce egg strings. And the way that they lay their eggs is they basically just dump them on any surface that floats. This can be, driftwood or just remains of their prey. Just kill them with poison and then dump their eggs on them. Seems like a sound strategy. They prefer to lay their eggs out of water, so on the floating surfaces again, because their larval sacs will then develop better. And Glaucus atlanticus have shells at first, but then they lose them as they hatch into itty-bitty baby dragons. So in this picture in the right-hand upper corner, you can see where the reproductive structures are located in female as well as males, but, those are the female parts. Alright, and that's it. Thanks for listening in.